Hey everybody, about 3 months or so ago I installed the Sommer Evo Plus garage door opener, and today I wanted to share some of my thoughts about what it's been like to own and use this on a daily basis for about the last 3 or so months. Now, spoiler alert, it's mostly good. There's a couple things I wish were improved just a little bit. We'll go over all of that right now. Let's get started. I want to start by talking about why I chose this specific opener and how happy I am that I did. This is not the cheapest opener available, but it is an excellent value because of something that it can do better than any other opener I've ever found. If you look directly above my head, you may notice there's something missing. There's no big long rail that's got a chain or a belt on it. There's no big drive unit in the center of the ceiling. In fact, there's nothing up there. And that's because this opener can be installed off to the side. It has its own rail that it travels on. The motor is at one end and actually is what moves up and down that rail. The power unit is at the other end, and the whole thing gets installed directly above the rail that the door is already traveling on anyway. So as far as space is concerned, it does not consume any extra space in your garage at all. In fact, it frees up the space that would traditionally be consumed with a garage door opener above where your door opens. I plan to use that space to install some extra shelving, which is really going to help with some of the storage needs for my woodworking projects. I can't wait to get some of that wood up off the floor and out of the cubbies where it's hiding now. So that was the main reason I chose this opener, the ability to save all the space above my garage door and put it to use for storage. When I installed this door, I actually produced a full installation video that goes over all the gory details and everything you'll need to know. If you're interested in seeing that, of course, you can check the link that just appeared at the top of the screen. But in summary, the installation process was not terribly difficult. I did run into a couple of somewhat tricky areas, but that was basically because of how my door had been installed in the first place. When I ran into these problems, I reached out to Sommer and they very quickly got back to me with good advice and correct answers, and I was able to complete the install relatively painlessly. If you consider yourself a pretty handy person, you'll have no trouble getting this installed yourself, but I would recommend setting aside basically an entire day to get it done, and pay very close attention to the installation manual. There's a ton of information in there, but some of it's a little bit harder to dig out. I recommend you read the entire thing before you even start the project. With the installation taken care of, let's discuss some terms really quick. Most people refer to these things as a garage door opener, but the industry term for it really is garage door operator, because it doesn't just open the door, it also closes it. It operates the door. Throughout the rest of this video, I will probably use those two terms interchangeably. So when I say opener, I mean operator. When I say operator, I mean opener. Moving on, let's discuss how loud this thing is, and the answer is it's really quiet. In fact, the first time I heard it run, I was so surprised with how quiet it was, I pulled out a decibel meter to take some actual readings. As you can see here, it is just about the same level of noise as a spoken conversation. As a further example of this, here's a quick test I did earlier. As a quick demonstration of just how quiet this thing is, I've set up an external sound recorder here, and I'm going to open the door, and I'm just going to keep talking while the door opens. Hopefully you can tell that you can obviously hear the door opening. It's not that quiet, but I'm not speaking any louder than I was before, and you should have no trouble still hearing me. It really is just about as loud as a regular speaking conversation. Now, let's compare that to my other door. I've rearranged things so I'm set up about the same distance away from the sound recorder in my other bay, and as this door opens, you should be able to hear that it's substantially louder than the one that you just heard. Again, I'm going to keep talking as this door opens, and you will hopefully still be able to hear me, but you'll also be able to tell the difference between this door and the other one. Next, I want to talk about the speed of the operator, and in so doing, I need to talk about one of my favorite features, and that is it has a soft open and a soft close. This means that when the operator starts moving, it always starts fairly slow, and then it speeds up, and then when it gets almost finished, it slows back down again. And it does this both when it's opening and when it's closing, which is a feature I really appreciate because it's nicer to the rest of the hardware of the door. It doesn't just yank the door up or yank the door down when it's opening and closing like the opener in my other bay does. However, I do wish it moved a little bit faster. Now, what do I mean by that? I don't mean that I wish the soft open and close was quicker. I love the way that that's been implemented. It's great. What I mean is sort of the top speed of the door after it's finished with the gentle start of its movement. It accelerates up to a sort of a cruising speed, as it were. And I wish that that was just a little bit faster because it's not quite as fast as the other operator in my other bay. And so as a result, this door sort of opens and closes a little bit slower than the other door in my house. Is this a big deal? No, it's really not. It's a very small nitpick, but if there's something I wish was improved, I wish it moved just a little bit faster through the course of its travel. Let's talk about remote controls. Mine came with 2 of them, and they work from really far down the street, which is great. In fact, they work from farther away than the other remote controls from my other garage door opener, which is something that I appreciate. Now, the programming process for these is a little bit different than with most other garage door openers that I've messed with, and I went over in detail how to program the remotes in the other install video that I did. So again, check the link in the description or above if you're interested in seeing that. A wireless keypad is also available, which is easy to install and configure. This operator also supports HomeLink, so I could program it to work with the HomeLink buttons in some of my vehicles, which is nice, means I didn't have to buy extra remotes. I also picked up this SumWeb accessory. This is a smart home solution that integrates with Apple's HomeKit, with Google Assistant, and with Amazon Alexa, and it allows you to operate your door from anywhere in the world from your mobile device, depending on how you have things set up, of course. Setup and configuration of this is very straightforward, even if you've never installed a smart home device at all. There's a wizard that takes you step by step through everything that you need to do. I found this process to be very easy, which is why I was pretty confused about why it didn't work when I was done. In fact, it kept giving me an error message about how the light barrier wasn't installed. Except my light barrier is installed and working the way that it's supposed to. So I reached out to Sommer, and again, they very quickly got back to me with an explanation that there's a small little buzzer that should have been included in my SumWeb box that I need to install in the drive motor. Well, of course it was there, and I had just skipped it because I figured it was optional. It's not, it's mandatory. So I got that installed, and then of course everything started working perfectly, both with my Apple HomeKit as well as with the SumWeb mobile app, which is available for both Android and for iPhone. So if you don't have any sort of smart home stuff already set up, you can just use the SumWeb app. It works perfectly, and it should work from anywhere in the world. Let's move on to safety. This operator has all the safety features you would expect. It does, of course, have the light bar that runs across the bottom of the door. Anything that gets in the way of that light beam will prevent the door from closing. I tested this extensively, and it works really, really well. It's accurate, and it stops the door immediately if it detects any sort of interruption in that beam. In addition to the light barrier at the bottom, this operator also has a force sensor, which can determine if the door has run into an obstacle as it's coming down. Even without breaking the light barrier, if I just put a little bit of force up on the door as it's closing, the operator immediately detects that force and reverses course in order to avoid damaging anything that might be underneath it, and particularly to avoid any injuries. This might have been tested inadvertently one night when I didn't quite push the snowblower all the way into the garage, and I can tell you it definitely works. Next, I want to talk about build quality and durability, and in a word, it's excellent. I found that all of the different components were very high quality. The tolerances are very, very tight. During the assembly, I found that everything fit together exactly the way that it was supposed to. It's all very, very strong and durable, and I have no doubt this will last for many, many years. And finally, I want to talk about what I consider to be the biggest weakness of this operator, and that's its lighting. It's really not very bright at all. In fact, it's downright dim. There's an LED strip that's on the motor that as the motor travels back and forth, so does the light. That's kind of a nice effect. And I also installed the optional LED kit that goes on to the power unit, and that helped an awful lot as well. But still, the lights from this are not as bright as the lighting from my other garage door opener, which has 2 60-watt equivalent LED bulbs, one at either end, and seems to be roughly twice as bright or puts out roughly twice as much light. Now, to be fair, the amount of light that the Sommer puts out is plenty to unload some groceries or to just walk around obstacles in the garage. Just don't assume you're going to be able to rely on this as the only light in your garage at all. It's just really not that bright. So, how would I sum this up? Well, in a word, I love this operator. My favorite parts are the soft open and close. I love how quiet it is when it's in operation. It's incredibly safe, so I don't have to worry about anybody getting hurt by this thing. And it integrates perfectly with my smart home setup, so I can operate this door from anywhere in the world. Now, all of that is great, but my favorite part, of course, is the fact that I've got it mounted with that side mount option, which keeps the motor and the power unit and the rail that it all runs on completely out of the way, leaving the space above the door that I can install some more shelves. Who doesn't need more shelves in their garage, right? Hey, if you're interested in seeing that project and other projects like this one, you can think about subscribing. There's never any pressure from me to do that though. If you've got any questions, comments, or maybe some suggestions for things I could do better in the future, I'd love to hear about that down in the comments section down below. And if I did a good job on this video, hit me with a thumbs up. That really helps. I hope you have a great day. Thanks so much for watching. I wanted to do a quick review video to sort of. So I'm going to go over what it's been like to sort of, already have some sort of smart homes hub today to share what the experience, what it's been like to use this thing on the daily days.